Good morning! My name is Mason Staymeyer. I'm a fourth grader in Riverside, California, and I'd like to welcome you to Mark Twain's first edition of Quarantine News. It is an unbelievable time, and we are all a part of this historical event. Life in quarantine has been interesting to say the least, but the scholars at Mark Twain Elementary are taking life one day at a time and finding every opportunity to learn something new. Let's start off today's broadcast with the weather. Now to Evan in the weather room.
Thanks, Mason. Today is sunny and it is 91 degrees outside. Today will be a great day for air conditioning, swimming, and riding bikes. This week in the weather, we can expect hot weather with a chance of clouds, so be prepared and plan some quarantine fun for your family. Don't forget to get outside when you can. Breathe the fresh air and get some exercise. Now back to you, Mason, in the newsroom.
Thanks, Evan. Sounds like we have a great week ahead, so practice safe social distancing. But get out there and enjoy some nature. Now let's go over to Parker at Game Central to tell us about a game he loves playing while in quarantine. Parker, take it away.
Mason, I know we're all trapped inside most of the time, but why not have a little fun, right? My favorite game to play is Battleship. Here's how you play. First, you place your ships on your side's grid, which is hidden from your opponent, while they do the same. Then you call out coordinates to fire missiles at like B7 or F9. And whoever has the last battleship standing wins. You can buy this game at Target. It usually costs about $20. It's most likely meant for the kids ages of 7 and up. My favorite thing about this game is that you play with Navy ships. So if you're looking for a little excitement, this is the game for you. Now back to Mason.
Thanks, Parker. What a great game. Sounds like it requires both math and strategy. Both great skills for kids to practice while in quarantine. On a different note, quarantine days can be challenging for us all, but an interesting trend that we want to look at today is quarantine fashion. What are people wearing while under stay-at-home orders? Let's go to Destiny, our favorite fashionista.
Hi, it's Destiny. My favorite style during quarantine is a Visco girl. I noticed that they like to wear comfortable stuff like me, and you don't have to worry about matching. My accessories that I use is a shell necklace, some scrunchies, an oversized t-shirt, some shorts, and some sandals. You could get them at Kohl's, the mall, Target, JCPenney, and more. You should tell your parents to go check online for the specials, and you guys could maybe be one. And back to Mason in the newsroom.
Thanks, Destiny. You're so right. Looking good and feeling good, even when we have nowhere to go, is one way to brighten anyone's day. Now, some of you may be missing your friends like me, but there are ways we can stay connected to our friends and family, even from a distance. Let's hear how Elijah stays connected to people in his life. Elijah?
Thanks, Mason. And I don't know about you, but my friends and family are a huge part of my life, and social distancing makes hanging out with them impossible. Well, like my teacher, Miss Hennessy, says, there's a will and there's a way. And my favorite way of keeping in touch is a Facebook portal. Milan, say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Cool toys. Milan, what's your cool toy you have in stock?
Baby Luigi.
Waluigi? Did you say Luigi?
Luigi.
What? Why are you saying Luigi? I see you meant Luigi, not Luigi. Oh, like, come on. Luigi. One of the best times we had is when we did the Try Not to Laugh challenge with Grandpa. Come on, Coach at Grandpa. Try Not to Laugh challenge time. Here we go. Okay, are you ready? Go! Run, Dylan.
Ready? There we go.
Grandpa, we're gonna do the Try Not to Laugh challenge.
Oh my goodness.
You start now. You start, Grandpa. Grandpa, please start. Grandpa, please start. Grandpa, please start. Grandpa. Oh my gosh, I lost my hat.
Oh wow, this is cool.
Wow! Mom, look at my...
That's my twin.
Just because we have to distance ourselves doesn't mean we can't get creative and still hang out. Now back to Mason in the newsroom.
Good to know, Elijah. I'm going to have to give that a try. For some of us, our family includes some furry friends. Now for all of you animal lovers out there, quarantine may give you some extra time to examine the world around you. Wilson has been studying a special creature that he would like to tell you a little bit about. Take it away, Wilson.
Thanks, Mason. Since I've been in quarantine, I had some extra time to do some research on one of my favorite animals, the pistol shrimp. Here's some information about the pistol shrimp that I'd like to share with you. The gunman of the ocean is a pistol shrimp. It may be the size of your index finger, but it has a powerful weapon it holds. Think about it. You may think that a pistol shrimp is a harmless little thing, but if you were the size of a grasshopper, it can do some fine damage on you. The pistol shrimp is a crustacean like lobsters, but it is also part of a family called Altheidae, which means snapping shrimp. The pistol shrimp gets its name by its giant claw that acts like a handgun. It eats other shrimp. When prey is in range, the claw is cocked like a pistol. Now with great force, it snaps its claw so fast it creates a bubble bullet over 115 miles per hour, stunning its prey. The bubble is created because when the pistol shrimp snaps shut, it creates a low vapor jet lower than the water vapor around it. Then nearby air bubbles around the jet enter the jet, which creates what is called a cavitation bubble. Then with all the other air bubbles around the cavitation bubble, it squeezes the bubble, making it explode over 4,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than lava, which is 1,000 degrees Celsius. There is a muscle called the dactyl that separates the upper claw that moves from the lower claw that doesn't move. Then when it snaps shut, the upper claw breaks through that muscle and fires the bubble bullet. But it would never survive without its partner, the goby fish. The goby fish and the pistol shrimp, or shrimps, share a den with each other. The pistol shrimp maintains and cleans the den, while the goby fish keeps a lookout for danger. The pistol shrimp usually holds the goby fish by the tail with its antenna, so when danger presents itself, the goby fish wiggles its tail to let the pistol shrimp know that it's time to head back to the safety of the den. Something I especially love about this creature is the light it makes when it snaps shut, called shrimpoluminescence. So if you want to learn about this creature, go for it. Now back to you, Mason, in the newsroom.
Wow, Wilson, what a great animal. I just love animals. Speaking of love and kindness during quarantine, people are finding all kinds of ways to show kindness, not only to animals, but to people too. Random acts of kindness are popping up all over Riverside, and kids at Mark Twain are at the roof of some of these spontaneous moments. Let's hear from Addison about some random acts of kindness that she has noticed. Addison, can you tell us about it?
Absolutely, Mason. Being kind is one of the most selfless things that we can do, especially in a world that is being faced with some sad and scary times. Kindness brings us up and out of the darkness. It brightens the day of the person giving the kindness and as well the person receiving the kindness. One very kind thing that our family has decided to do is brighten the days of families with small children and some older people on Easter. We did this by making 20 Easter baskets for Easter Sunday. We filled them up with candy. We drove around to random families in our neighborhood and left them on their doorsteps. Then we rang the doorbell and jumped back in our car. As they opened the door, we yelled Happy Easter and drove off. Another random act of kindness was, since my grandma knows how to sew, we thought since we didn't have any face masks, why not make some? So we got to work. A few days later, we made 40 face masks for friends and family. It was a beautiful feeling in my heart, seeing smiles and happiness that these little actions created. Happiness of others. After all, we should always treat others the way we want to be treated. And I love giving and getting smiles. Don't forget to share a smile with someone every day. Back to you in the newsroom, Mason.
You are so right, Addison. Smiles also make friends, so keep smiling and sharing kindness. You know what? All that smiling makes me hungry, and I smell something good. Chef Kehlani is in the kitchen cooking up some deliciousness. Chef Kehlani, show us what smells so amazing in there.
Well, Mason, it is my favorite breakfast, cinnamon French toast. I learned this recipe from my Nina Jessica. I'm going to show you how to make cinnamon French toast. 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 slices of bread. Any bread will be fine. I am using white bread. 1 teaspoon of powdered sugar. Make sure it is powdered sugar. Do not use regular sugar. And you choose your toppings. Make sure you turn it to 3. Add eggs to the bowl. Add cinnamon to the bowl. Add your milk. Now you whisk it together. Dip the bread into the sauce. You do it both sides. Let it cook for 2 minutes. It cooked both sides. I hope you're hungry, Mason.
Wow, Chef Kehlani, that looks delicious and sounds like a simple recipe. I have to try it at my house too. Now our last portion of this broadcast is perhaps the most important. It is scholarly tips. Beginning a great scholar doesn't just happen overnight. It is something we work for and practice, and eventually we get better and better. Let's hear how Jackson Kincaid maintains his grades while under quarantine. Jackson, can you give us some tips?
Well, of course, Mason. The first tip to getting good grades while under quarantine is to stay organized. First, develop a routine so you know what to do every morning when you wake up. The second tip is to wake up early and check Google Classroom and gather any needed supplies for your daily assignments. The final tip is to have a nice, quiet space where all of your supplies are. Doing these things every day will help you stay on top of your must-dos and allow more time for the fun parts of learning, like Learn, Lexia, or silent reading. After all, we want to be ready for 5th grade, so we need to keep reading, writing, and doing math every day. Thanks for having me, Mason. Back to you.
That about concludes this episode of Mark Twain's First Quarantine Newscast. We hope you are happy, healthy, and adhering to regulations for social distancing. We are in this together, so let's stay strong and learn how to find the good in every day. Be safe out there. Peace out.